Hello, Onsters. Hello, Once Upon a Time fans, and welcome to my review of episode 9 of the two-part which happened last night in the 2 hour event. Yes, the two-part The Bear King. What a brilliant episode. Yeah, it was just a really, really good episode and fantastic at the same time as well. Again, The Bear King, episode 9. Welcome to my episode 9 review. Directed by Gwyneth Haydrew and written by Andrew Chambliss. Yeah, Ruby returns, Mulan returns in this episode. Yeah, yes, it did in this episode, and it was explains a lot of Merida's how Merida's dad died, and it was really good and brilliant at the same time. Can't wait for Broken Heart, which is in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, in 2 weeks' time. Hell yeah, in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, it was such a really good episode. The Bear King. It was really, really good, and I loved it. So, here's the synopsis of the show, guys. As Arthur and Selena return to Camelot, Arthur wants to come up with a plan in action, with Arthur telling her that he would have to go to a place called Dunbrach. Over the Dunbrach, Merida puts a flower on her father's grave and tells him he saved the boys. She saved the boys, and proud she's fit to be queen. She says now it's even harder since she has ruled and her father made it took easy. Made it took easy. Says she wishes he was here and so she could ask him how he did it. Her mother is there and says her father is always with her when she misses him too. She says she misses him too. She tells Mary that it's not a day for sadness. She's got a coronation and a leave to grave fungus. Several years earlier, Ryder arrives to the place, demands to show themselves asking for magic. The person is Kim Fergus. Yeah, Kim Fergus. Is met by a witch who asks him what he wants, and she says she needs something to unsure the hold on. And he says he needs something to unsure the future of his kingdom. Says he will pay the price. She says he can pay her later and calls it an IOU. Offers him a contract to sign. He stamps it with his signature ring. She says it's a deal. She blends up the potion using the pluck of his hair. Later on, Fergus and Merida walking among the clans. Fergus says she will take the ton of the next man who disrespects her. She sees the men rioting and thinks they send in love notes, but Fergus says they are writing their last will and testaments. Fergus also gave Merida his prize bow, and she can carry it into her first battle. Merida thanked her father for keeping her safe. Merida pulls the sword and challenges the man who knocks her down, but the person who defeats was Mulan. Yes, Mulan. And she can teach her to how to fight better than any man, and will teach her honor as well. Some of the men watching mock her and call Mulan her nursemaid, but tells her no one will follow her out of fear, and says to ask her father since they already followed him later that day. Mulan and Merida came looking for him by the wall. He says the invaders are sailing in and watches him for all them. She asks if they win the war. They says she wants to know he interests all these men to follow him into battle. He looks at the hem and asks if everything alright. Fergus says you have to show you're first willing to die, and says that tells them how important it is. He tells her his bear king can face everything. She needs her father with the helm and discovers that Mulan had kept Merida from going with him. When she arrives, she sees the knight comes towards Fergus, and Merida arms the arrow, and it's too late as the knight kills Fergus, and the knight was and the knight was Arthur, King Arthur. Yeah. 2 years later, Merida is ready to be crowned by her mother as the Queen of Clan Dunbach. But the witch bursts in and she has the contract. Upon learning this, the witch says she wants the helm or 10 cane of gold by tomorrow night, or she will curse them all to be bears. Oh yeah, don't miss with a witch. She tells Merida to leave to figure out which was something Fergus could not do. Merida's mother searches the house for the hem, and enough Merida says he was wearing it when he was killed by the knight who then took it. Meanwhile, Merlin pays a visit and ready to collect money for someone. When the man shows them, Mulan makes it clean by knocking his coblegs, and says left or right hand. Merida pulls the arrow in the guy's hand and tells Mulan she needs her help. Mulan says she's only helps herself these days, and says honor won't fill her purse. Merida asks what happened to her. Merida tosses her a sack of gold, and Mulan agrees to help on one condition and says no more questions about her. Later, Merida tells Mulan she won't give up on justice for her dad. Mulan says something is coming, and Merida sends an arrow. As arrow, Arthur and Selena appear. Selena and Arthur are in the woods and come upon the witch's home. Is met by a giant wolf, only to have Selena throw some powder on it and make it sleepy. The witch appears and says she won't be as easily subdued. Arthur asks for the magic helm, and the witch says she will already send someone to look for it. Selena holds her head near the cauldron and threatens her with the witch says Merida has it. Arthur is shocked that Merida escaped, and Selena promises to make her pay. They then show up with Selena to determine it, where Merida asks why everyone wants it. Arthur says it has the power to make other men to fight your battle, and says he needs it, but Merida says her father wouldn't use the magic to fight his battles. Mulan says they need the helm to protect their people, and they don't have. Selena takes Merida's bow to use the tracking device and tells her she can console herself in the memories of what terrible ruler he turns out to be, and tells Arthur they can use it to track the helm, and they disappear. Yeah, this was a really good plot. It wasn't confusing, it was really good. Mulan tells her they can still track the helm, and Merida says if her dad can't lead without magic, never she can. Later, Merlin takes the cloak scarf scrap and goes to see the witch, and to get her to tell who the cloak belongs to. She goes into the witch's house and looks around. The wolf snores and leaps. Mulan backs away, and it follows outside. The Mulan then smiles at him and says he's not a wolf, and transforms into Ruby, who told them that Mary Margaret and Emma told them about Mulan, and she says she knows Philip and Aurea too. Mulan gets quiet and says it's hard to travel between worlds, then asks where'd end up there. and it's revealed in the flashback after defeating Selena that Ruby told Merry-Go-Round that she returned to the Enchanted Forest with Magic Bean and helped Tyler replant the forest. When they arrived to Lake and used the spell to bring the helm back, both Arthur and Selena are stopped by Moonlight, Merida and Ruby, who used the potion to weaken the witch as backup. Arthur and then Selena returned to Camelot defeated. Back in Dunbranch, Merida shows up with the realm. When the witch showed up for it, that she had surprise for Merida, and the realm was test to prove she was worthy being ruler of Dunbranch, and she passes the test and gave her pouch to bring her father's spirit and back. And Merida then thanked Mulan and Ruby for helping her with Ruby and Mulan declined to team up together. Merida then used the spell at her father's grave, and spirit appears to her, and she vows to make Arthur pay. Yeah, that happened at the end of the episode. So, hope you enjoyed my 20-minute review, which is gone. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. The Bear King. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more Once Upon a Time reviews. Once Upon a Time is back in 2 weeks' time, on the 29th of November at 9/8 Central. Yeah, at 9/8 Central, which is the episode called The Broken Heart. So, hope you enjoyed, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe for more epic reviews like this. And see you later tonight for Hollyoaks, and EastEnders and MLL. Bye, guys. Bye. Oh yeah, the verdict for this episode, I'm gonna give it 9.3 out of 10, because it was really good episode and awesome at the same time. See ya.